This is Sunniva.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And it's finally time for our top 10 games of 2018.
It's really weird.
It's weird, yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah.
Like, we did this video, we were sitting last year, we actually had the games in front of us. That was the one video we did who has like a quadrillion views. That was really, really fun.
Yeah.
It's been a year of ups and downs, both in gaming and the channel. It's been a fun year, and we're looking forward to 2019 to make more videos.
Yeah, and more games.
We're not gonna make games, but we're gonna
No.
play them. Like
Yeah.
next year, we're gonna make so many games.
Oh, I'm keeping promises. No,
yeah,
I can't
you're not keeping
keep
promises. You're giving promises you can't keep.
Yeah.
But we're not here to actually talk about this channel. We're here to talk about games, because games are awesome.
Yeah.
They are pretty cool. It's been a good year, haven't it?
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah. People have been kind of saying, "Oh, 2018 has been like such a horrible year," and blah 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 blah. I actually. I don't agree with Tom Wassel in a lot of things, but I really agree with him in this, that I don't think it's possible to be a bad year in board gaming where the hobby is right now. Like, there's so many games coming out. Of course there's going to be bad games, but there are also, of course, going to be amazing games. Like, it would be so strange if nobody would be able to make a great game during a year when there's so many games coming out.
Yeah, and it would be really weird if any of the games that didn't come out wasn't bad.
Yeah, that would always,
bad games.
It will always be bad games. But I feel like I might feel like I've played more like 7s this year, which is, for me, if you haven't seen the channel before, if I rate the game a 7, it's a good game. I've enjoyed it when I played it, enjoyed it upon reviewing it, but then I'm never gonna play it again. But it's still a good game.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be on the top 10, but it's a good game that I have enjoyed, but there's just so many games. So most games are going to feel forgettable. Most games are going to feel like you're not going to play them, or that nobody going to speak about them in half a year. But that's kind of okay, you know? Like, of course, it's not okay for the designer. They would love the game to be big, but not all games can be that. And most games, the way that this industry is now, because there's so many games coming out, most people are going to play a game 2, 3, 4 times, and then never touch the game again.
Yeah, especially when you have a lot of games.
And when
you get
review
a lot
them,
of games.
yeah, and when you have to review them as well. So it feels more like that, of course, for us than for normal people. But I know that also most people that are heavy into the hobby are cultivating new and want to play newer games all the time.
But I think what's funny is that the games that are high for us right now and are like above 7 or they might like drop over time, and it will be interesting to see if some of the 7s, as you call them now, will get back in our lives and shine brightlier than before. Yeah,
shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah,
like
and
that. Yeah,
expansions will come and give them new hype, and it will be interesting to see
absolutely.
how these games will stay in the future.
Absolutely, and like when we did this top 10, I had 15 games which I needed to sort. Like, it was pretty easy for me to find those 15 games. Those were kind of the games that I was feeling like these could be the top 10. Most of the other games I played this year, not so much. Like, I haven't played that many games from this year. I played around a bit more than 100 games from 2018. I have tried to play most of the games I think I would like. Like, so of course there's going to be some game that somebody comes to say, hey, you should play this. And I'll be like, wow, why didn't I play that? But there's so many games coming out, and you really don't have time. When this isn't our job, you don't have time to play that. I'm pretty happy with we played those 100 games at least 3-4 times each. Most of them for me, you played a lot of them only once.
Yeah.
Next year is going to be different, because you're going to be finished with your studies and you're going to be here and play more games.
Yeah.
But should we just jump into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because we have been rambling. I know people are going to be like, doing that, come on, talk about the games, where's number 10? Last year, we knew each other's list. Like, that was the first list we made together, wasn't it? I think so. Yeah. So we had the games, that was really fun. But I like not knowing your list, because we made this list like 3 days ago with the hope of filming it. It's been pushed back because Christmas time, so much stuff happening with Christmas.
Really excited of your list.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I'm pretty sure I know we're gonna have 4 crossovers. I don't know if they're going to be at the same space.
No.
Not the same, but I think we're going to have 4 crossovers. And this is really interesting, because usually we have the same taste in games. But most of these games are like games I I think you might not like as much as me, and also games that I'm not sure you played enough, or games you haven't played, and stuff like that. I think you have played all the games on my list, but we will see.
I think we're gonna have 5 crossovers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that's actually, I think last year we had 6 or 7.
Yeah.
It was the same, because our tastes do align a lot, but it's interesting to see actually, because we when we see this list, we will actually see how much we different.
Yeah, but also, as you said, you have played most of the games like many times. I have only played some of them once, and if the game gave me a not so good first impression, it's like the first impression I go for. So then I maybe have judged that game a little too harshly. And there's also some games that I haven't got to play yet.
That's awesome. So let's get to the top 10 games of 2018.
My number 10 game from 2018 is Pandoria.
Pandoria, yeah.
It's a game set in a like fantasy, fairy tale-ish world.
Team Schmeme.
Yeah. But you have like a character with a special ability, and you're trying to get resources because it's a Thailand game. So you're getting the resources in a really clever way.
Yes.
And then you're using those resources for spells and buildings and other things that will give you like special abilities and points. Points
It's
important
good.
with points.
Yeah.
And I really like this game because it's a little bit cozy, but it also can be a kind of mean, because when you like it's right up to getting a lot of resources and someone like sets one guy down that takes all your guys from the map, that could be really like
But that comes like it doesn't really feel like a mean game, because if you do that, you probably set yourself up to it.
Yeah,
if you put all your guys on the same resource base.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting game, because like
is.
when you learn the rules and you see it, you feel like, oh, this doesn't look too deep. You're gonna have one tile in your hand, and then you're gonna play that tile. It's like Carcassonne. You have one tile, not any choices. That's the tile you're gonna play. You have a couple of options in the game, but usually that's the tile you're gonna play. You're gonna put it down, and then you might put a dude on it. So it's mostly like Carcassonne, but scoring in a really different way, and interesting special abilities. It's really interesting that you can do different combos, different buildings that give you different special abilities. It was a game it was actually a huge surprise for me. It is my number 14.
Yeah.
So it didn't press it up there, but it was one of the 15 games that I thought might be in the top 10. So it was one of the games from this year that I really enjoyed. Huge surprise.
Yeah, I really like it. It was right up my alley with special abilities, and you're trying to get combos. And when you play like one dude, you want to go for this strategy, and you have to like shape your playing style. Really like it. Good game.
That's your number 10?
Yeah.
Pandoria. Okay, let's do my number 10. My number 10 is a game I didn't think I would like. It's a game I didn't like the first time I played it, so if you've seen my review of it, you know which game it is, and you also already know which game it is. And this is really strange for me, because when I played it, it's like, this might be in the top 10. I don't think so, but it might just squeeze its way into top 10 at number 10, and it did. That game is Australia from Martin Wallace. This is kind of a resource management, trainer building game with Cthulhu. You can go watch my review to see my strange face about how strange this team is. But this game is just really fun. If you haven't seen my review, I'm just going to do like a 30-second about how I felt. Like the first time I was like, too much randomness, I don't like this, it's just, doesn't feel like anything. And then I played it again with Sunniva, and I was like, okay, this is what you should know going into it. You should know that it's going to be pretty light, it's going to be a lot of randomness, it's going to be a lot of luck. So just roll with it and have fun. Because I wanted to play it again, and when we played it out, it was just really fun.
Yeah, it was. And when you explained it to me, I was like, this is not the type of games that I like.
Yeah.
Like, not at all. But then when you explained like what I should expect from it, I really had a good time. And it was fun when my dudes died. Okay, not so fun, but you get it. It's like feeling a little bit like Galaxy Tracker, because it's okay that something goes to what do you call it in English? To the forest, we say in Norwegian.
Yeah, that's like, oh, this went
Go
right
to
to
the
the forest.
forest.
That sounds really strange in English. Like most Norwegian proverbs doesn't go, or
No,
sayings
it
doesn't go well over in English. Yeah, I don't really feel like I don't really feel that way like with Galaxy Trucker, like you're saying. Galaxy Trucker is just like, it doesn't matter because that's what the game is about.
Yeah.
Here it's more about I'm trying to protect my stuff, because if it kills my stuff, that's points that I'm losing.
Yeah.
If it kills your stuff, that's point you're losing.
But I also want to protect your stuff, because
if we really lose, then the game just ends and Cthulhu wins.
That's
all the
also bad
wins.
for me. So, yeah, I really like the balance. I really like the cool Cthulhu monsters that like pop ups out of nowhere and like charges towards us and are overpowered. So yeah.
Absolutely.
And the action mechanism, the action
with
selection,
the cubes,
really cool.
It's a nice. It's the main part of the game, and it's really interesting. And that's my number 10. If you want to see more about it, I speak about it in great lengths in my reviews. You can go and check that out. That's my number 10, Australia.
I also like Australia a lot because it's my number 9.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
Number 9! That's a great transition. We should do more of those.
Yeah.
So my number 9 is also Australia. No, it's not.
That
would be like the whole list is just Australia now, because just for great transitions. So yeah, your number 9 is Australia. So we're basically done with your number 9.
Yeah.
That means I didn't have any time to remember what my number 9 was, so I had to check my book.
I'm just talking about Australia.
My number 9, I'm done now.
Okay,
it doesn't take that much
Perfect.
time. My number 9 is a game I know is not on your list because you only played it once and you didn't get a really good impression of it.
Yeah, I know.
Because you played it with me and I played it horribly. It's Cerebria: The Inside World. A new game from Mind Clash. It's a beautiful production. I do have the Kickstarter edition that does add to it with the miniatures and that, but the standees are nice as well. The game is so different. It's a tactical team game. Sunniva played on team with me, and I'm really horrible at the game. I played 3 times. And I cannot play this game right, because the way I play games, I haven't really thought about the way I play games before. Sunniva said, like, you always play like this.
Yeah, he always goes for the fast points.
Yes, I usually do that. I do like having long strategies, but I am happy in games where I can see, like, okay, I can get those 10 points now. And I think that's the mistake I did in Cerebria. So if you don't know anything about Cerebria, just briefly before we speak more about it, because it's strange to speak about the game, you're like, what is this game? This game is a team-based game where you are either Bliss or Gloom, and there's also an expansion, but we're not going to talk about that because I haven't played it. And you are practically feelings inside of some entity, and you're going to try to form that feelings or your feelings into that entity's identity. Entity identity is kind of a rap, like, this is the entity's identity, and
Please
it's rapping on the Cerebria rap. Yo!
Yeah, really good.
Do you like it? Like, do you think it should, like, get an award?
Yeah, of course.
So, the Board Gaming Ramblings Award for Best Rap Song of the Year goes for the Entity Identity from Johannes. That's me.
Amazing. Yeah.
Okay, let's...
I still don't know if they get what the game is about, though.
Yeah, it's about the entity's identity, you know? No, okay. And you're gonna do, like, there's area control, there's some, during the game, you're gonna grab some willpower, which is your actions, basically, like your action powers, and when there's your empty one of the willpower spaces, you're gonna do a scoring, and that's where you have these different goals, one open goal and one closed goal. I'm really horrible at doing those goals, because there's another way to get points doing these like small things, and I'm always thinking like, okay, I could go for that goal, but I can't just, if I do that, I get like 5 points now. That's better than getting maybe 5 points later, right? It's not. So if you're gonna play this game,
alert, it's not.
If you're gonna play this game, do the long game. It's where it's at. So you didn't get a really good experience from this game.
No, because you have all these feelings on your hand, basically, and they look so cool, and they have a little backstory in the book, and yeah, really cool. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna make those really cool monster feelings, and I didn't get to do that. Because we were behind the other team, we were playing Gloom the entire time, so we had to like rush to like get those goals before the other team should get them. So we didn't get to think any long term, basically.
No, but it isn't really a long term thinking game either, because it's a tactical game.
Yeah.
You can do some, like if you're good at a game, you see all the goals, you can do some long term setting up. And that I think is what the other team did better. Like they did a setup, so they ended up being in a great position, and we ended up always lagging behind.
Yeah.
I hope we will get the chance to play it again, so you will get a better experience.
Me
It's
too.
really different. I don't have any games that feels like that. A team game. That's not many games that are team games, and it's a tactical team game. It's a heavy Euro game. It's from Mindclash, the guys who did Tricarion and who did Anachrony. So it's big, huge, and heavy.
Yeah, it's not on my list because I got a little
Obvious.
not that great first impression, but I really want to play it again. I have so many good things about it, so I need to play it, obviously.
Let's see if we ever get a chance to do that.
Yeah.
So that's my number 9, Cerebria, The Inside World. So what is your number 8?
My number 8
this is exciting. Like I'm really excited, like because games.
Australia. No, we're not.
No.
Okay.
We're done with that joke. Like we brought it down. We're not gonna do
my
that.
number 8 is Carpe Diem by
Carpe
Stefan Feld.
Diem.
This is like a really neat little game.
It is.
And I liked it much better than I thought it would. I would like it. Actually, it really surprised me. I know that Stefan Feld is a great designer. I love almost every one of his games. And
do you like? Yeah, almost. That's right.
almost.
Yeah. You haven't played Merlin, so you have one you not gonna like. We don't really like Bruges. We don't really like Amerigo.
And Notre Dame we only played
once.
once.
Okay, so let's see. I don't like Merlin. We don't like Bruges. We don't like Amerigo. We don't like Jorvik.
I like a lot of his games.
That's correct. He is still one of my favorite designers.
Yeah, and I also like Carpe Diem. And I think you explain this much better than I do, I think. Because I remember there are some scoring cards that you're trying to get, and you're scoring 2 of them at the same time. So you have to like position you right to get the scorings that you don't lose any points.
Yeah, because you will lose points if you can't get points.
And you're also traveling around on this like grid in this like...
Which could have been a circle, but it's a grid.
It's a grid. Yeah. And like taking buildings there and putting them in...
Did you want me to explain it? Like you say, you are so much better at explaining this than me. Let me do it.
I remember the game now, so it's okay. And you're placing them on your personal grid to like finish buildings and get some bonuses on placement and getting some resources and some money and some... Yeah.
It feels basically absolutely. Like all the pieces have like 2 half buildings, or some have only 1 half building, and you're gonna like try to connect the buildings both in ways that will matter with your scoring board that you set up in the beginning that will score different ways if you have those buildings there, and also to get different bonuses, which kind of shapes the way you play the game.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like a bit like Castles of Burgundy.
Yeah.
Not like it's not the same game. It doesn't feel. I would rather play Castles of Burgundy every day of the year, but maybe a couple of days I could play Carpe Diem.
Yeah,
but
nice.
it's really light. It's one of the lighter Stefan Feld games. It's super easy to teach.
Yeah.
The thing that's hard with the game is the scoring cards, and those are the most interesting part of the game for me.
Yeah, and it's also kind of punishing if you don't like plan up for it.
Yeah.
So for new players, that can be kind of harsh if you don't explain it well enough.
And you're gonna have to try being further ahead in the playing order, because then you will choose those scoring cards earlier, or you will have to have lots of money, lots of bread to be able to just do these scorings.
Like win scoring. Yeah.
And it's really, I like it. Yeah, I played it like 6 or 7 times, which is a lot for me. Like really a lot. It's a quick game. It plays in an hour with 4 players.
So good.
And that's great. So that is your number 8. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, it's just a great game.
It is, because it's your number 8, Carpe Diem.
Yeah.
My number 8 is a game from Stefan Feld. It's called Carpe Diem.
Wow.
So
really?
It's the crossover dance.
Woo!
Crossover dance. We haven't planned this at all, so I don't know how this dance looks. But I remember in our top 50 people like, oh, we're so sad we didn't get a crossover dance in the top 10. So no, you got it. Yeah. So that's the top crossover dance. Let's see if there's going to be more of them. That's my number 8, Carpe Diem.
Yeah. Now to my number 7. My number 7 is a game that should be by Uwe Rosenberg, but it's not. It's Lowlands. And we played this pretty early in the year. Yeah. I remember. And I really liked it. We played it first with 2. And that was not really good. No, I would play many games before I play Lowlands with 2.
I would play almost all other games that would be good at 2.
Almost, yeah. But with 3 players, we played it. And
I think we played 4.
I think so. It was really good. I really like the game. It's like it's set in the Lowlands.
Boom!
So you're having sheep at your farm and trying to build like what do you call it? The dike. So the flood doesn't come and kill your sheep.
It's kind of a harsh game. Like, like if you see somebody going heavy into sheep, you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna finish that dike because then all your sheep is gonna die and you're gonna lose points.
Yeah. And you're also building buildings that give you like space for the sheep and scorings at the end of the game and stuff like that. And you also build some fences to protect your sheep. And
it's a classic. It feels like a Euro Rosenberg game.
It does.
But it's instead of having like it's a worker placement game, but instead of having a worker placement board, you have your own worker placement board.
Yeah.
So you cannot block each other. You can only block yourself. But then you can't pay your resources to be able to do the same action again.
Yeah.
And I love the thing that the worker have different values.
Yeah.
So that you can do the action more times, and if you want to build a better building, you have to use your best worker. So you can't use him to get. Resources, for example, and stuff like that.
And the game plays fast, I think, and it's finished long before you want it to be finished. So you're like, oh, I need this and this and this, but I have this 2 forest worker that can only give me 2 of something, but I need millions of it. So yeah, it's a little like, what do you call it? You have to prioritize.
You like you always really need to, these kind of games. For it to be good. But if you don't have to prioritize, the game is going to be like, I can do whatever I want because I have 60,000 workers.
But wasn't this game like Uwe Rosenberg approved?
He worked on the development of the game. It's kind of like it's from Fröland Spiele, who did the Fist Rodin and Gaia Project and Terra Mystica and Magnus Storm and games like that. And it was kind of the number 1 in the Uwe Rosenberg series or something, where he was going to be developing and saying, this is a good game. If you enjoy Uwe Rosenberg games, you're going to like this game. That's kind of the thing. Yeah. It feels like a Uwe Rosenberg game, as you say.
Yeah, I think it's really good that they label that so people know a little more what they should expect from the game. Yeah. And also, if this is number 1 of the series, I'm looking forward to more of them.
Oh yeah, and Fröland makes great games. So absolutely. I am looking forward to more of that. That's your number...
I think 7?
7, yeah. Lowlands was my number 13.
Yeah.
So it was one of the 15 games that I thought about for the top 10. Didn't get it there, but number 13 is also really high. I love the game. It's one of the games, when we speak about it now, I'm like, I want to play it again. Yeah. But not at 2. Never play this game at 2. It doesn't make sense. The reason is the dike mechanism. It doesn't make sense at all with 2 players. So play it with more than 2 players and it's going to be amazing. Yep. So that's your number 7? Yeah. On to my number 7. And my number 7 is one of the most hyped games of the year because it's so strange and different. And no, I'm not talking about Discover Lands Unknown. I'm talking about Keyforge. The other game who did the unique thing but actually managed to do it interesting. Okay. Instead of it being Discover Lands Unknown, which we haven't reviewed yet, but this is a mini review.
Oh, okay. I'm not supposed to be smiling.
No, you're not supposed to smile. This is a mini review.
I'm not.
Okay, the mini review it's bad, but okay. Let's talk about Keyforge. Keyforge is, you know what it is. It's a deck game. You're gonna buy a deck instead of buying random boosters. You're gonna buy a random deck. Every deck is gonna be different. Every deck is gonna have a different name. Like this deck I have here, for example, is Chapman Garson's Castellan. Doesn't make any sense. Like, why is it called that? Like, we had so many strange, they had so many problems with it that I had to say, okay, this is a problematic name. We're not going to name any of these names because this is a family-friendly show, but they had some problems with the name generator, which is kind of hilarious. Yeah. But beside that, this is actually a very fun game. I come from, as you've heard before, if you watched this show before, I played so many hours of Magic the Gathering. I played hours and hours and hours. I was very competitive. That was the only game I played. I knew every card by heart. And whenever there was a new set, I knew them all. When I went to the pre-release, I knew exactly what cards I wanted. I knew exactly how I was going to play. I was so into this game. And then I got bored with it and I started playing board games. And I found out, if I can fill 60,000 square meters of shelves with this game, why not do that instead of having a box of playing cards for almost the same amount of money? But I would rather have 500 different games for the same money that I spent on one game. Keyforge is fun. It's a game I don't think you can take as serious as Magic in the terms of competition. They do have some balancing rules. I think this is the first game I've felt after playing Magic that if they do a tournament at my local store, I'm gonna go and play.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. I can, if it's like a seal deck tournament, I buy a deck. Afterwards, I have that deck, and it's gonna be fun. Like I'm not gonna, because there's no really no meta. There's really no way of sitting home and knowing which cards to get, knowing like if you do a draft. There's no way to do that, so I can just be relaxed and casual, which I couldn't be with Magic because I had no fun at all if I was casual with Magic. But this is just a game I can pick up and just play. It's easy to learn. It's different enough. Like it's not about, almost all of these dueling card games is about killing the other player. Here it's not about that. You have to fight, you have to attack, but that's not the purpose of the game. That's kind of like to stop the other player from being too powerful, to being too fast in his engine. It's kind of an engine building game. And I love the fact that you have these 3 houses in the deck, and there's that's one of the reasons it's so easy to learn, because there's no mana, there's no costs, there's nothing. It's just choose one of the 3 houses that you have in your deck, and that's the house you can play cards with, interact with, discard cards. And that's one of the most interesting mechanisms. You played this game once, right?
Yeah.
And you actually liked it, didn't you?
My first impression was really good. I tend to dislike these kind of games because...
And I'm very happy that you liked it, because it might mean that we can play it again.
Yeah, I think so. You have so much more experience in this type of games than me. So I remember like with Ashes and Netrunner also, I struggled getting into the game and feeling like I got it before you killed me.
Yeah.
So now I actually won first time, and I'm still living out of this.
I let her win. I didn't. Oh, I didn't at all. I didn't at all. I did my absolute best.
But I think I just had really fun. It felt little like the good first impression I got out of Destiny when we played that.
You like that as well,
yeah,
right?
I really like that. And I also like the different like house mechanisms when you have to like, oh, I really want to get more cards out, but these cards that I already have out, they're ready to like
attack.
Yeah, and get resources and stuff like that. So you really have to choose and like counter what your opponent does. And I really like how casual it is, because I think that is kind of have been a little bit missed in game types like this, and I really look forward to playing it more. So
that makes me really happy. So that is my number 7, Keyforge, Call of the Archons.
Oh, it's a full name.
It is, yeah. Cool. So what's your number 6?
My number 6 is a game called Endeavor. I think it has on...
It's called Endeavor Age of Sail.
Yeah, that's the name of it. And this is a remake of an older game.
It's my number 11.
It is. Yeah, cool. I really like this game.
I love it.
First, I was like, okay, this is, a game. But then I really got into it with a special...
We played with a dummy player.
Yeah, we did. We actually did.
Yeah, you can go check our review about how shocked we were that we actually liked the dummy player.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I hate dummy players.
But this actually works. Will you explain some of the game? But you can also go to review.
Yeah, go watch the review, because I don't remember too much. Like, most of the game is about putting discs on the board. About taking discs, getting other discs so you can spend them on get up on tracks, which will better make you get more cards, will get you to have better buildings, will get you, like, everything you do is about working on tracks and be able to do special bonus actions, but there's mostly tracks and area control game.
Yeah, and it's a theme there, but it's not very thematic game.
Yeah.
So.
And you said it was a reprint, but it's actually kind of a second edition.
I said it was a remake.
You said a remake. Okay, yeah. Second edition is kind of the same thing. Yeah, it's right. Remake. Remake. Yeah.
Remix.
Remix. Energy Identity rap. Yeah, it's the best rap of the year.
But I really like the game, though.
You only played it at 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're gonna like it even more at more players, because it is better with more players. But I played it 7 or 8 times before we did the review. You can check out the review. It was a great game. It's your number 6. My number 11. Anything more you want to add?
Yeah, I really look forward to playing it more, because I feel like there's so much in the game,
especially with the exploits.
Yeah, that I need to like discover more and explore more, because I see there's a lot of strategy in this game that I really want to try out. So
and the game is so quick. Like, that's one of the only things that I feel you can't get to do anything. And I feel like when you get better at the game, the exploits are easier to play with, because you feel like you want to fill up all the board.
Yeah.
But you can't do do that if you only want to play with the exploits.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
It is.
You're number 6.
Yeah.
My number 11. Now it's my turn. I have no idea what my game is. It's 6, right?
Yeah.
My number 6 is another game I was really unsure if I was going to like. Because this is the type of game I don't like. This is the type of game you already know what it is, right? Don't say it. You will soon know it because I'm going to say it to the camera. I just like building it up. You're like, my number 7 is Endeavor. That's like, I'm like, my number 6, probably in the comments, people are going to be like Sunniva, we just want to hear the game. So, my number 6 is a game I was really unsure about how I would like, and I played it 6 or 7 times. Haven't gotten to review it yet. I will do a review or a short review of it. It is Root.
Yeah, cool.
It's crazy asymmetrical war game based on a coin game series of games I won't touch at all because I don't like those kind of games, both because I don't really care about war and history themes, and also because we don't play those kind of heavy interaction combat games. Root is a game where you will roll dice to do combat. Like, what? And it's a game I really like. I played it 7, 8 times, something like that. It's so much fun. The only problem, of course, is that it's so horrible to teach that it's going to be hard to get played because it's so horrible to teach because you're going to teach 4 different games in a 4-player game. It's going to be quicker now because I remember most of it, but the first time I taught it, I taught it to people, I was like, I have no idea what's going on, so how are you going to have any idea what's going on? There's so much stuff going on in this game. But when you get into it, it's a quick game.
Yeah.
It's you have like your plan to what you do. You just have to choose some actions. I played all the different factions races in the base game. I don't have the expansion. Don't think I'm gonna get it because expansions, because too many games. But this game is just fun. Like and with me, I think more than with you. Games like this with heavy conflict, if I know that's what the game is going to be about, I know it's only that in the game, I don't mind so much. And also because it doesn't feel like too much of a setback. Like of course you're going to come and attack me if I am at this place and just get lots of points. It's how it is. Like, of course you're going to go here and do that. I think the only problem with the game and games like this is that when you play, if nobody's played a game, it's okay. But if you play like with somebody who's played a game, or if you play, there's some kind of interaction here that you need to see. Like, you need to see if this faction is doing this, the other factions have to stop it, or else it's gonna win, and stuff like that. But I don't mind so much because for me the most important thing isn't to win. I'm gonna do my best with my little faction, try out these different things, and if I win, that's cool. If I doesn't win, that's also cool. So that is my number 6, Root.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like Root very much. If I could make a top 11, Root would be on the bottom. Yeah, it almost made my list, but this is, as you said, not the types of game that we like.
Yeah,
I think it still suffers a little bit from if we play 3 players and one of them doesn't get it and plays really bad, then it's like you can win just by...
But that also, like, if you really see it, like in a heavy Euro game, for example, if it's somebody's turn before me and you see a move I could do that would be really good and they don't do it, like if they don't block me or if they could have blocked me, it's kind of the same thing. Like, it's more blatant here, like it's easier to see here, but I think like that would be... It would always be better to have players of the same experience level.
This problem is like can occur in almost any game.
Yeah, but in I do this agree. Game, I just think it's
a bigger weakness. It's advantage if you played it before, of course, like in the game. I completely agree. There's some interactions that you have to like visualize and
understand.
So it's better. I had a much better experience the second time I played it because I played the like bird clan when you have to like program and think really far ahead, and that's really hard the first time when you don't know how easy people can come and kill you and backstab you and stuff like that. And also it can be a major setback if you kill my guys, and that's really sour and but that's because I probably played not ideal.
Yeah.
So you can do stuff that doesn't make killing your guys like that big of a deal. So I really like it. I want to play it again. When I talk about it now, I really want to play it.
That's
it's
the problem.
Still some of the factions that I haven't played yet. So
oh yeah, because you played it twice.
Three times.
3 times, yeah.
Two times with the bird clan because I really messed up with
yeah,
the bird.
To see it again. Yeah.
And then I did the same thing the other time around. Yay! And I also played the green guys, the little toasts.
Yeah, little toast, the wild, what's it called again? Like something alliance.
Something.
Something alliance.
Yeah.
So that's my number 6.
Yeah.
Root. We're halfway there. This is a long video. I know, like, if you see all of this, then you really like us, and we like you for that. But this is a long video, so probably there's going to be some crossovers in the top 5. So usually the bottom 5 is going to be longer than the top 5 because of that. So let's get to the top 5. I'm excited. Like, I know my list, of course. I'm excited to talk about it, but I'm very excited to hear yours.
There's more crossovers here because
if not, it doesn't make sense for you.
Yeah, because then you're letting a lot of great games go. So my number 5 is Forum Trojanum by Stefan Feld.
Cool.
I really got a good impression of the game. I think it's a solid game of him. Not one of my favorites, but I think I would get a lot of fun of playing it more because this is one of his heavier ones, and I really, really think it's good that
he still really like.
Got it. Two games in a year. That's great work, and both of them were good. Yeah.
So Forum Trojanum is not on my top 10.
Yeah.
Are you shocked?
No.
I thought I was gonna be like, whoa! No. It's my number 12.
1, 2, 3. It's not your number 12?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
my
good.
number
that's
12.
Good.
So it was in the top 15. I kind of actually switched Carpe Diem and Forum Trojanum.
Yeah.
I had Forum Trojanum at the 8th space. And I was thinking like, but I did really like Carpe Diem more.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't like. I was kind of putting Forum Trojanum at 8th place because I felt like I should like it better.
Yeah.
Because it's a heavier game, you know. So I kind of was like, yeah, this looks right. But then I was like, oh, this isn't a list I should make to be right. It's a list I should make for myself. So then I switched them because I felt there was again. On the edge of being too much luck in Forum Trojanum. You could be like there's stuff you can do to interact with that, but it felt like sometimes there was just nothing I could do to do better than you when you got lucky and I got unlucky.
Feeling, yeah.
But that's just like sour pants being like, you're lucky because there's luck in games and that's the premise of the game. And I very much enjoyed it. I just like Carpe Diem better.
Yeah, and actually I did the same thing as you. I had Carpe Diem higher, and then I switched it because I was like, did I like Forum Trojanum that good? It was okay, but then I remember like the specifics about the game with your little guys that you're trying to get and the different scoring track that you get up to, and final scoring with with the placement of the tiles and stuff, and you have to like choose
blah blah blah.
Yeah, some tiles and stuff.
It's a Dracula final scoring. Blah 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 blah.
And I was just like, next time I want to try this and this, and next time I want to maybe do this because I didn't do that the last time. I think that would be really cool to do, and I was like, okay, I really love when games make me feel that way. When I feel like, I want to get this game, but I didn't feel impossible either. It's not that heavy of a game, but
it's not at all.
It gave me that, I want to do this, I want to break this game. No, but yeah.
I'm gonna throw it out of the fridge. I'm inside the fridge for some reason, and I have Forum Trojanum with me. I'm gonna throw the game out of the fridge. Because I want to be there alone. I don't know what it was. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's my number 12. And you can check my review if you want to see like more of how the game works, because we didn't really get into that.
Yeah, and Forum Trojanum is heavier? Yeah, heavier than Carpe Diem. I was going to say lighter. That is not the case.
It's so loud, I had to throw it out of the fridge.
And Carpe Diem doesn't give me that, oh, next time I want to do this and this, because it's depending so much on the scorings. And that's really interesting too, but I really like Foruntrojanen for that. So, yeah, really like the game.
That's
really,
your number.
really.
Really, that's our favorite word, so you try to say it even more.
Of course.
It's horrible.
That's really my number 5.
Oh, stop it. Okay, so that's your number 5. My number 5 is, I'm just gonna say it right now, I'm not gonna spend 2 minutes not saying it. It's Gugong.
Yeah.
Or the Forbidden City, which is what's called first, and then changed the name to Gugong. It's a great game. It's a quick game. It's a light game. It was kind of lighter than I thought. This was another one of those running with the hype train, clicking back on Kickstarter. Didn't really know anything about the game. Just looked great with great components, and
it doesn't sound like you at all.
It
what
does,
has got
but
me into
usually I get it right. Like it's quite a while ago we got a game from Kickstarter which we didn't like at all.
But now. Gugong was that game?
No, it wasn't, because my number 5. It's so quick. It's you can play it in an hour with 3 players. Again, I heard somebody play it in 5 hours with 5 players.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, I would rather be in a fridge with Foruntrojanen than actually play that game for 5 hours. I have no idea how they did that. But enough about that. This game is pure fun. It's theme is no theme, but we don't care. We don't talk about theme.
Yeah.
What is this theme we're talking about? It's a game, and we play this game, and it's kind of, it feels kind of like Trajan, where you have like with the mini games, because there's basically 7 different mini games that you're gonna play. A couple of them or one of them you have to play, or else you're out of the game. I like that. Like you have to go on this track. If you're not at the top of the track at the end of the game, goodbye. You get 0 points. No idea why I did that in like an accent, but I did. But the game is just fun. It's not my favorite game of all time, but it was fun. I had this great feeling of playing it, and it looks good. It's fun.
Yeah.
Basically, that's it.
I've played it 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. Did I get to play it 2 times?
I don't know, 1 or 2 times. I don't remember all your plays.
I like it. I like the game. It's not on my list because this is typically a game that you get it and I don't get it.
I think
there's something there. I feel all the time that I'm doing something right. I'm getting this and this, and you just get so many points, and I get.
I think I played this 8 times, and I think
that explains.
And I
some
won
of it.
7.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just one of those games that my brain just clicked.
Yeah, and my brain didn't click that much, but I see it's a really good game, but I didn't get like a really good first impression of it.
Because Sunniva had to win games to like them.
Of course,
didn't
like, I mention
if she doesn't win a game, she's gonna be like,
that's the main criteria.
She's gonna be like, this is a horrible game. Like, never show it to me again.
Yeah. This game I haven't won, so therefore it's not on my list. Obviously. Now, I look forward to playing it more and hopefully winning someday.
When will we play this game? Like,
I don't know.
Like when?
I don't know. I want to play it again,
but
though.
We have a pile of games we haven't played.
It's your number 5 game from 2018.
I know, but there's games on my top 50 I would rather play before this if we have time to play games.
Yes.
That we have played before.
I look forward to get like on an elder's home with you when we're really old and just play all the games
when we are retired, we're going to play all of those games. I'm looking forward to play that game again in 50 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number 5, Gugong.
My number 4 is...
Gugong! No. Australia! No.
It's Underwater Cities.
Underwater cities, under the sea. Under the sea. Do you think we should have like a song for every game?
Then you have to do it, so that's up to you.
Under the sea, under the sea. I don't know the lyrics. It's that's not actually the lyrics. But Underwater Cities, yeah. It's a good game.
It is, and it's a game that I just like had a ton of fun with.
A ton of fun. It's a heavy game.
Of fun.
So it's a ton of fun because it's a heavy game, you know?
Yeah, it is.
It's a really good joke.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Did you laugh?
Yeah.
If you did laugh, write a comment like, I laughed so much of your Underwater Cities joke. Talk about the game now.
Do you want to talk about it? Because now I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember any of the game, it's just your number 4.
I remember those little like what do you call it? The halves,
domes.
Domes.
Yeah. This is a heavy game.
Yeah.
This is a cool game from Vladimir Suchi. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's like, I always said sushi, but I heard it's called something like sushi. And I'm so sorry, Vladimir. Vladimir, I think is correct. So if I'm butchering your name, I love your games. So if I don't know how to pronounce your name, I will still like your game. That's another, like, if I don't know how to pronounce your name, I will still like your game.
Oh, that's really accurate, actually.
Yeah, because we like a lot of games from this side.
Yeah.
We have no idea how
So
to say
many.
the names. But Underwater Cities is kind of a worker placement game with cards. It's a cool mechanism, and not mechanic, that's somebody who does your car. Mechanism. That's like the biggest mistake people do.
Yeah.
Like, people who speak English do that, and I do it so much. They say mechanic.
Me too.
It's actually like a quarrel on the internet. It's mechanism. So it's actually mechanisms in games, not mechanics. That's somebody who does your car. But yeah, I think so. I'm from Norway, so if it's
I
wrong.
really want it to be a game with actual cool mechanics.
Yeah, that would be
like,
really fun, like a game with. So this game, like the mechanism of the mechanic is that you will use the mechanic with this mechanism, and then you will.
Their mechanics are so
But
cool.
yeah, we're digressing. That's
Okay.
ramblings for you. So Underwater Cities is you have these. I think there's like 12 different action spaces, something like that.
That sounds
Maybe a
right.
bit more with more players, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But you will choose one of the action spaces. They have 3 different colors: yellow, green, and blue.
Huh?
Yellow, green, and red.
Red, yeah.
Yellow, green, and red. And you will also play a card. If that card from your hand matches the color of the action space you selected, you will be able to do both the action space and the card. If the card doesn't match, you just discard the card and do the action space. So the interesting thing here is that you have to decide, like, if I really want to use this card, but I also need to do that action. I don't have any cards in hand with that color, and that makes it so interesting. Like, the actions are super simple. It's the cards that really make this game what it is.
Yeah, and I think that like combination of it's the 3 color action spaces. The best actions correspond with the least best. What do you call it? The worst.
The worst.
Action cards and opposite. So if you really want to play a good card, you have to do a bad action or a
Worse
less
action.
good
Yeah.
action.
Worse, yeah. Worse, less good. It's kind of
Worse.
the same thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
And I really like that. So your goal is like to build your little underwater town, city.
Cities.
I was
Like, you're building more cities, because that's
Yeah,
every dome
it
is a
actually
city.
is.
So you're building underwater cities, like
with
the game.
tunnels and some what do you call it?
Buildings.
Buildings, yeah. With
Buildings in the city.
and you're trying to get points.
Yeah. It's you're gonna do I think it's 10 rounds, and during those rounds, after 4 rounds, there's a production phase, and then there's 3 production, and the game is it's not 3 production. It's not like production over 3, but it's 3 rounds, and then there's production, and you are gonna do different things to produce different things. Really clear that, but it's a perfect game.
Yeah.
Not perfect, but it's very good. One of the heavier games from this year. The only negative I have to say about this game, which is also what a lot of old people are saying, is that it's a bit too long.
Yeah.
I
agree.
would never play this game with 4 players.
Yeah.
We played 3. I think that's great. But I don't think like you'll lose so much with playing 2.
No.
And when I played it last time, I didn't play with you. But when I played it last time, it took only like 1 hour 20 minutes with 2.
That's
Because
doable.
we played quick,
Yeah.
and that's what the box says. It says 40 minutes per player. So if you can't play it in 2 hours with 3 players, that's perfect.
But I think it's really fun, but it's also kind of heavy, and I think it's too heavy to like take decisions like so fast.
Oh, yeah.
That you get to the playing time that the box says.
For you,
For me.
not for me,
Okay.
because I just did it.
But I need some time to think about what
You do,
what
and
my
I.
alternatives are, but
That's
it's
something
still,
called AP.
yeah, it is.
I
It's
still
a
love
little
you.
bit of a problem, but it's heavy and it's fun, and that's really cool.
It is. So that's your number 4,
Yeah.
and that is Underwater Cities. You did. That's Habba Dabba Doo. My number 4 is a game called Bros Birmingham.
Yeah.
I did a review for this. You can go and see like this. This is the story about how I got into Bros. We played Bros, the old version, and then when we got home from that con, like the next day, Bros was on the Kickstarter, on Kickstarter. Boom! And I was like, wow, this is so cool of a coincidence. And they had the Bros Lancashire, which is a reprint, and Bros Birmingham, which is a new game. This is the second Martin Wallace game on the list, also the last one. But it's...
Spoiler. No,
yeah,
just kidding.
With not many more games that we would like from him this year. But yeah, it's a great game. I don't know. I'm looking for it. It's over here. No, it's not. It's somewhere. I own the game. I don't know where it is. It's over there.
We have so many games.
Too many games.
It's impossible to locate anything.
It's like, oh, we're gonna play a game. We have to have. No, it's here. It's here.
It's here.
Yeah. We don't really need to do that in the video. I don't know why I'm starting to look like a chicken.
No, I just.
Where is the game? Okay, so Bros Birmingham is a re-implementation of Bros, the original Bros and Bros Lancashire, which is called now, by Gavin Brown and what's the other guy? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm sorry. It's gonna be under here, at the bottom of the screen. It's gonna say
nice
your name.
Of you.
Yeah, it's gonna say, but it always does, like every game. So
cool.
You haven't watched the video in a while. Okay, so.
I thought you were just getting his
No, like, name! No, but they took the game, they tore it apart and tried to kind of upgrade it to make it more replayable, to make a different setup each time, add a new resource, add different kind of goods you would sell, really add a lot to the game. Like the board is different. It doesn't feel like a map pack. It feels like a new game because you have all of these, and it is a new game because you have the new resource, which really changes up the game. You have there's not only one resource you can sell. There's now 3 different resources you can sell. There's pottery, exported goods, whatever they call like goods. I don't know. Manufactured goods.
Yeah.
And the cotton factories as well from the original game. And it's a different way you sell them to ports, and you don't build ports, or port locations, and all of these things. It's a great game. I loved Bros the first time I played it with the old version. Now I played both of the new ones like 6 times each. They're just super fun. Like the gameplay is great. You can go check out my review to see more about that. But it's amazing. That's my number 4. Do you want to say something about Bros?
Yeah,
Birmingham?
I wanna, of course. This is the first time we played it. You absolutely loved the Lancashire.
The first time I played Bros. Yeah.
And you were like looking forward to this in a year, and I was like, what's the hype about? It was okay, but you were like hyping it up in the skies.
Yeah. It's just my game.
And then we played the first one, the Lancashire. And,
the new one, the new version, yeah.
And I really liked it. And it was kind of like I remembered, but now that I remember it better, I can say that is a great game. And also Birmingham is a great game. And it's on my number 4. Can I say that now? Yeah. It's my number 4.
So, number 3. Number 4 was Underwater Cities.
That's right. It's my number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like...
I have
you
2.
started, so how is your number 4 after my number 4?
I don't know. It's magic.
And of course you can say it. You can say it whatever you want. Like if you want to say your number 1 now, you can. But it would kind of ruin the video. So don't do it. We'll be like, we have to do it again and be like acting surprised. Like whoa.
So obviously I like the Brass Birmingham. Really
I was pretty sure it's gonna be your number 3.
It's a hard game. It's a heavy, complex game, and my brain melts when I'm playing it. Yeah. And
it's fun.
It's really fun. I really like it, and I think
do you
the changes...
really like it?
Yeah, I really like it.
Like really like it?
I think the changes they have done to the original game works really nicely. I'm trying not to. It's impossible.
Norwegians.
I think you have a lot of great words in your English language, but in Norwegian we just use like one adjective for things, It would
be really fun if somebody really would watch the really long video and really count how many times you say really.
Oh,
please do it. It would be amazing.
But I think it's a good game. It's a great game. It's
amazing game. Through the roof.
Yeah, absolutely. Through the roof. This is a through the roof game.
It's
awesome.
So that's your number 3.
Yeah.
That means we're in the top 3.
That's almost a crossover.
So it's
like one space.
So it's almost crossover dance. That's it. Okay, my number 3 is also a game. I don't remember what it is, so I have to open up my book.
But it's a game. That's good.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be quick.
You have just put pasta there?
My number 3 is pasta. No, my number 3 is Underwater Cities.
It is?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that was like a flipperoo.
Switcheroo.
Switcheroo, that's what it's called, not a flipperoo. It's a switcheroo. So yeah, that was almost a double crossover dance in a row. Cool. That means we're down to the top 2 games of the year. And I'm going to be extremely surprised if they are not the same.
This has to be
I am not sure if they are in the same order,
no,
but I'm
going to know.
Think so. I'm going to know in the next... No, I know they're not in the same order because I know you. I've known you for quite a while. So, your number 2 is...
My number 2 is a great heavy Euro game that I've been looking forward to so long, and it's gotten so much hype, and the name is impossible to pronounce, but I pronounce it Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan! City of Gods!
And I've actually been there.
Yeah.
And it's really nice.
Have you been on the top here?
No, because that's
it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. That's
so
away.
Okay, it's away. It's away. So you've been on the top there.
No. Here, I've been on the top
there. Okay, so that's Sunniva here. You can see on the front. It's not. Okay, it's not. So yeah, that is your number 2, Teotihuacan.
I really love this game.
It's fun.
I really, really, really love this game. It's so good. And what I love about it is the different action spaces that you have to like rotate around. And I feel kind of like Tolkien. The timing mechanisms and you have to plan ahead to get the really powerful actions.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like the wheels and timing as such, but I get the kind of feeling. And the place where you stop to get the buildings, when you pay resources to get the building, when you make other actions more powerful or get a special ability or something, that also gives me some associations to the buildings in Tolkien as well. So, and it's like Latino American the theme.
It is more like a hula.
So my mind goes to Tolkien a lot when I play this game, and they're both amazing games.
And it makes sense because it's kind of a spiritual successor, and it's by one of the same designers, and it's great. So it's like, because it's not my number 2, it's not like a big secret, it's my number 1.
Yeah.
My number 1 of the year is... Let's do it this way, because it's not going to be like, and my number 1 is... It's
What
Teotihuacan.
could it be?
Teotihuacan was... Like, the first time I played it, I was like, this is going to be my number 1. And I played it again, like, yeah, it's my number 1. And I played it the third time, yeah, it's my number 1. And I reviewed it, and I played it 3 more times. After I reviewed it, like, yeah, number 1.
Yeah.
It's just pure fun. It is, I think it's a pretty quick game. You can see my review. I think it's great decisions, even though they go quickly. It's just pure fun. Yeah. I don't know what more to say. You can see my review.
I think I love almost every little detail of this game, and I love when designers are able to capture my everything I love into one game and just making combos that I didn't know existed.
Didn't know you needed it in your life, but you need it in your life. Yeah, it's amazing. It's pure fun. It's through the roof. And this is a game I know we're gonna play again.
Yeah. I look forward to it already.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That means the only game we have left is my number 2.
And my number 1.
Yeah, which is the same game.
Yeah.
I know it is, because something else wouldn't make sense in the universe.
I'm so excited to talk about it, because
we already did talk about it in a review.
Yeah, but I really want to praise.
Yeah. We will talk about it, but because this video has already been 6 hours long, we shouldn't really talk about it in 2 more hours. But we will see what happens.
Okay.
My number 2 and your number 1 is
Detective.
Oh, so you want to just? I thought we were going to say it like at the same time.
Oh,
okay. Okay. My number 2. This is going to be a huge surprise for you guys. My number 2 is Detective. A modern crime board game. Whoa!
We should practice more.
We should be more.
Let's do it right now.
Okay.
Detective.
Modern crime board game. Okay,
Yeah.
So my number 2 and your number 1 is Detective and Modern Crime board game.
Really? I didn't think they got it so.
Okay, so it's Detective and Modern Crime board game from Portal Games. Ignacy Trzewiczek.
This is a great game. trying not to say really. It's haunting me now, but this
it's
is
really haunting you?
The most immersive, story-driven game I've played in like a really, really long time, to not say ever.
And like, just to preface this, like, if this is the first video you're seeing from us, and you see this list with like heavy Euro games and all of these kind of games, then you end up on a cooperative story building game, story game at the top. This is because we love stories.
Yeah.
Or number 1 and 2, they're not the same order, but number 1 and 2 are tame stories. Tame stories. That's like a really horrible game. It's like really boring.
Should be some Sherlock Holmes.
It's time stories and tame stories. That's that. Time stories and Gloomhaven are number 1 and 2 games of all time. So on a list, like if you go see our top 50, that's also a list filled with heavy Euro games, and on the top is these 2 cooperative story games. I don't like co-op games, but I love stories in a game. So if I'm gonna play a co-op game, it's gonna be one with a story.
And this is the murder crime solving game that uses cards and uses
something called the internet. It's
with
a new
like a database instead of like a deck of cards with all the story in it, and it works really well because you feel like you're a detective going in searching on these suspects.
This feels like you are in like a CSI episode, in one of like in the true crime episode. Like in this, we sat here around this table. We had a flip over where we put pictures of the people on it. You can buy a pack of pictures. Do that if you haven't. We just printed them out. You can put up the pieces. You put lines. Who is this guy? Question mark.
When did he die?
And actually, I don't think we could have played this game without doing that.
No.
You need to do that. You need to do all of these things that feels like work, but it's fun work.
Yeah.
Because nobody has really died. It's not for real. It wouldn't be that fun if it were actually our job. Like, yay!
Sometimes I felt like something is on stake here. We have to really get our minds together and do the best we can, because or else it goes like really bad. And this gave me an immersing feeling of being a detective. We just needed the donuts, really, to like be really in the mood, and the story is so good. It feels important. The characters are interesting. It's because it's like a story,
overarching story,
and both the single chapters and the overarching story is good written, and I'm trying really hard not to say really now, and I just have to say really because it's really good. It's so good.
I like some people have complained that it's too much writing, too much of like I'm going down, getting a pizza and stuff like that. And
I love that.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I didn't really mind. Like I didn't mind it being there because it was just 2 lines of text, and then it was awesome again.
In the start, in the beginning when we played it, I was just like, I'm reading this card. It gives a clues. You're eating a salad and you're getting your keys, and it's a line, so you have to wait. What's the point of this card? But then it's quite towards when you get into the story, it sets the mood really well.
Absolutely.
And I like that it did that.
Oh yeah. It's a great game. Like I never had as much fun with a immersive story game. So that's your number 1.
Yeah.
If you want to hear more about our thoughts, go and check out the review.
Yeah.
Also, we did reviews of some of the games. I think we spoke about it in the parts of that video, of this video, when we did a review of the games. And that's the end of the list.
Yeah.
That's it. That means that's also the end of the year. This is the last video from us from 2018.
And it's been a great year.
It has been, absolutely. The channel has been growing. We had so much fun with it. Next year it's going to be a lot more videos with the both of us, which are even more fun to make. I enjoy so much doing videos with you. They're so much more fun than actually just standing in front of a camera and speaking to myself, even if I like that as well. Next year is going to be amazing. So if you...
hopefully get to go to Essen next year.
You are going to Essen, not just hopefully. You are.
Look forward to that.
Absolutely. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to our channel. It's going to be so much stuff. We have so much cool stuff planned for next year. We're going to start doing playthroughs. I don't know how fast in the year we're going to be. At least during the summer we're going to start that. Hopefully before that's going to be some playthroughs. But we are experimenting with the software, with the editing, with the equipment. And we're going to work with that to make better content and have fun with playing board games.
Sounds good.
I have had an amazing gaming year of 2018. I am looking forward to experience more gaming in 2019, to meet more of you guys in Essen, maybe at some other conventions if we can get the time and money to go. And I'm looking forward to playing more games with you and spend more time with friends and family and play board games.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the end of the video. If you watched it all, you're amazing. If you haven't watched it all and just skip, you're still amazing.
And if you're watching, get back to your family. It is holidays.
It is. Not if they watch it in January, though.
That's true.
So if it's not holidays, then don't watch it in January. Or that doesn't make sense. So that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Thank you so much for all of the support during 2018. We really appreciate it. As I said, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. That means so much. Please write a comment. What was your favorite game of 2018? I very much want to know that, because it's interesting to see.
And are there some games that we missed?
Yeah, there are some games I haven't played, like Newton we didn't get to play, Gizmos we just got, we're going to play that.
Feudum I haven't played.
Feudum you haven't played. It was my number 15. And that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been Board Gaming Ramblings. I'm Johannes.
This is Sunniva.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.